Okay, we're live, we're on.
Good morning. This is the meeting of the Allegheny County Industrial Development Agency. We're calling it to order now at 10:01. I'm Judy Hopkins, Chair, and we're going to go around the table and introduce who's here at the meeting today. So, Rich, would you like to start?
Okay, my name's Rich Ewell, and I'm a board member. I live in Wellsville.
John Rickey, board member, live in Cuba.
Elsa Benjator, Assistant Director. I live in Cuba.
Tim Boyd, guest, Allegheny County.
I'm Craig Clark, Executive Director of the Allegheny IDA.
Barb Benjamin, Operations Director, IDA.
I'm Doug Frank, I'm treasurer of the IDA, and I live in Cuba.
I'm Randy Shaler, I'm vice chair of the IDA, and I live in Wellsville.
Okay, thank you very
And
much.
Ed,
Ed, on
This is
screen.
Ed Russell, attorney with Austin Russ, and I live in Rochester.
And you didn't.
I introduced myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in Fillmore.
No,
we don't.
That's what I missed.
I didn't say
Thank
that, but. Okay, well, we have a full agenda today, so we'll get started. First order, business is to approve the minutes from the last meeting, October 9th. We'll entertain a motion for that and also give you a chance for any questions. Motion to start with.
So moved.
Thank you, Randy. Second? Thank you, Doug. Okay. Moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of October 9th. Are there any questions before we vote? Just want to commend Barb for taking excellent minutes as well. You get a very complete picture of the meeting by reading the minutes, and we appreciate that. Okay, if there are no questions, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. No opposed, that is passed, thank you. Okay, the next order of business is an executive session to cover a few pieces of business. So we'll need a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion. Go into executive session.
Thank you, Rich.
Second.
Thank you, John. Okay, thank you. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We are in executive. Craig?
We are now.
Okay. We are out of executive session. The next order of business is the treasurer's report. Let's take a look at the abstract report and see if we have any questions. And at some point, we'll take a motion to approve.
Jerry, I'll make the motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Doug. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, John. Okay. As you're looking, are there any questions that you're seeing? Okay, we can take a vote then on the abstract report. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, thank you, that's passed. The next is the banking and financial summary. And of course, we'll need a motion on that.
I'll make the
Done.
motion.
Thank you very much. Okay, second by? Second by John. Thank you. Are there any questions about that?
There's CD. Oh, it's on the balance sheet part. Oh, it's on that. 3,250.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I think we're ready to vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That is passed. The next order of business is a discussion about the initial budget.
I just wanted to bring it up. Barb's got it almost finished. She should have it done this week. And then I'd like to have Doug and Randy look at it like before we bring it to the full board. The biggest change is we won't have the building next year. So obviously both our income and expenses changes quite a bit. So, and then there's some activities that we've done this year which will carry over, like we'll mention later is the IDA event and those kind of things. So there's some things that we're carrying over that we've done this year. So it'll be a very different budget because it won't have all the rental income, but obviously it won't have all the expenses either.
Yeah.
So it'll be a cleaner, shorter budget, right, Barb?
And next year isn't that far away.
No. So we'll have something for Doug and Randy will be able to look at it for the next board meeting, so we can have something to review at the board meeting.
Great. Okay, we'll move on to the building maintenance report. Anything going on?
Well, not anymore. We did have no heat for a week.
Oh, really?
The two boilers, well, we had them running. They were working. We knew we had trouble. The technician showed up, and then we really had trouble because he tried to fix them, and a couple of the boards, they went down. The one didn't. We couldn't get it back up, and so we had to buy 2 new boards for the 2 boilers. And we got them in, but it just took a week to get everything taken care of. Luckily, it was cool, but it wasn't like this week. But it's all up and operational again. And Steve's going to put in a surge protector. We're pretty sure what happened is the power surge took out the boards. So for a few bucks, we'll be able to put a surge protector in line, so it won't happen again. So
How much did that cost? How much did that cost to get it fixed?
$4,000.
Well,
I know you're thinking about insurance. Is there
Well, yeah,
something?
it's covered. Might be covered. I
Okay.
don't know if he kept any of the parts or anything, did he? This is the first I've heard about it,
Yeah.
I think.
Yes, it is the first time you heard about it. We just took care of it. If you think it's something we can cover insurance, we've got all the invoices. We can find out.
The actual board then,
Sometimes
or they have the
it'd
receipts?
be like an equipment breakdown.
Yeah, it was pretty clear. I mean, they can tell us if it was a surge, it caused the outage, so,
Well, if those parts are still around,
okay,
don't throw them in the dumpster for a while.
Yeah.
And let me check it out.
okay, I'll
check it
ask
out
him.
this afternoon.
I'll ask the technician.
I don't know.
The check was 4,000, 4,000.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, we've been, obviously we're transferring everything and hopefully by the end of the year. But we've been looking at it, and a number of the residents have asked about getting rid of some of the spots in the carpet. It's gotten pretty nasty. So we've got a quote to come in to take out all the spots in the carpet for about $1,800, and I'd like to have the board approve that because we need to do that. Because I don't know when they're going to replace the carpet, if ever.
Where are they? In this
In
building?
the hallway, in this one.
Gosh, I didn't even, yeah.
Oh, if you look, don't worry, there's quite, and actually there's
So-
2 or 3 new ones that
Had a
came,
fire today.
there's 2 or 3 new ones that came up in the larger conference room. So we need
When's
to,
the transfer to this place taking place?
the end of the year.
Why would we do that, honestly? I knew they bought it the way it is. I mean, I'm not trying to be, believe me, I love Allegheny County and I'm all for the county and the
I know.
taxpayers, but why am I gonna do that? I disagree. with
Okay,
you.
I just brought it up at the board. I didn't spend the money. I got a quote.
I'm just
Well,
watching.
it's just
Tim's
me.
face.
I know.
I agree with Rick.
I think Tim agrees with me.
I don't. I don't.
I don't agree.
Well, I'd like to get it done because I don't know how much longer it's gonna take before the county would do it, is what I'm concerned about.
If you think about buying a house, you expect it to be, it's no different than purchase of a house.
I agree. It is.
So, okay.
So does that make your point or change your point?
No, I think it makes my point. I mean,
Let the buyer do it.
yeah, like if my house needs to be painted, somebody buys it. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna paint it before it moves in. And, I mean, this carpet all needs to be replaced.
Well, I know it all needs to be
So,
replaced.
mean,
I
they're
didn't
gonna
say that.
replace it.
Yeah,
At some point, yes, for sure.
Just my opinion.
Okay,
Well, yeah, I agree with you.
I agree with you.
that's
Okay,
fine.
So I don't see any emotions coming out of that.
Nope, I just brought it up as a question. I know there's a lot of spots. We need to clean them up, but
I didn't even wanna fix the furnace.
No,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding about that. That's not.
Let him breathe.
we're good. We're fine. We'll just tell them we're held it off. That's no problem. I just brought it up for the board review because I know the spots are pretty bad.
Let's go on to what our favorite topics, discussion on parking lot in Belmont.
There is no updates as far as the buyer of the Belmont School. I know it hasn't gone through. Gerard Kelly has not really let me know, even though he says it's a firm contract, I don't think it's been sold yet. That you know of, right?
How many offers does Gerard have on that building?
Well, I know there's at least 2 offers on the building. But I don't know I'm not the person selling or buying the building, so I know there's 2
Waiting on
offers.
either the attorney general or the comptroller to give them the blessing because of what they're doing. There's something they went through all this years ago. Had the okay, the sale fell through, now you gotta reinvent the wheel again in New York State.
Okay.
That's where
I haven't heard, so Gerard hasn't told me, so I've asked him 2 or 3 times.
Well, it was a long time ago.
So anyways, just so you know, the parking lot, we don't have anybody to sell it to because there's nobody that owns the Belmont School yet.
How about if they bought it?
Who bought it?
No, the people who are interested.
They've already got a purchase offer and to buy it, but they're not gonna buy it until they bought the school, because why would you want to own the parking lot?
Well, that show good faith, I think. That you're gonna
I'll
move
follow
forward.
through. I mean, I know.
You want the parking lot. Takes it off our hands.
That's what I'm worried about.
I'll bring it back up
I don't
with
know,
Gerard
where's that?
again, because we signed, last time we agreed to sell it to the potential owner. But obviously, there's 2 different potential offers, so I guess then what happens if they don't buy it? But I'll find out and let the board know.
Well, I think it's kind of urgent. I mean, I don't think we can just find out. I think we need to.
What else can I do?
I mean, I think let's contact them and, let's get a timeline or something.
I will.
I mean, because if somebody gets hurt there and it's bad, I mean, hopefully a court's contract and their insurance will be primary.
Right.
But I mean, if somebody gets hurt there, it can come back on us.
I'll follow through. I didn't mean it that way,
Yeah.
Rich, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying I will find out. I'll try to talk to the owner directly, potential owner directly.
Yeah, or just, I mean,
Because I've already signed the document. We approved it last time.
I think it's reasonable to ask Gerard for a timeline or
Sure.
the county or like, when you say the controller has to approve it, like who goes to the controller to approve county assessor, or no, there's no
I
county
guess
assessor.
from what I've understood,
County treasurer?
I'm not involved in this, I just what I've been told, basically through Riley. For what the potential buyers are putting in there, you need the okay from either the attorney general, like, I'm not sure, one of the high up state officials,
So we get the buyers.
which nothing happens quick. So,
I'll see if I can get a timeline.
yeah.
I just want to let
Can
the
you
board
just email
know.
the whole board?
Yep.
All right.
And I just put it on here because this is the first board meeting after the last event. I just wanted to discuss the last October 9th event. I think it went real well. And I think doing that annually is what we should be doing. We'll plan to do that annually. Any comments on those board members that were there?
That was great.
It was great.
The networking was much better than I'd even anticipated. Most of the people I invited did show up, and we had a big, broad section from all over. It wasn't, obviously, they were county people, but they're from all over. They weren't just from the county.
Yeah, it was really a great mix of people from all different facets of,
Right.
of the local economy. And you know, to think that 100 people came out and were there, it was really.
The venue was
exciting.
nice. The
Yeah.
food was good.
Yeah,
Everything went
speakers-
well. The
speakers
speakers
were
were really good.
excellent.
Yeah, both Toms did a good job.
The whole brownfield presentation was really informative, and I think people really got a sense of what brownfield potential is. So, yeah, no, it was great job to for putting it on. But hopefully we can keep that going.
We will. We'll pull it off again. Now we've got more time to do it as well, but
Yeah, because you did it fast. You did it fast. But, and the host.
Shane.
Shane did a good
yeah,
job. It was a nice venue. It was really nice to show that
Very
off.
nice.
He was extremely helpful, cooperative, communicative. Shane is just the best.
I know a lot of people
That's
said,
nice. That's nice to hear.
He is.
Yeah.
It was great. He was giving me tours of the building, and
Yeah.
I was amazed. They have a podcast studio.
yeah,
People can
Yeah.
have a
But if we
podcast.
said we needed something, Shane was gone and back with it a minute later, or doing it, or managing it. He just was on top of everything the whole time. He was
Yeah.
fantastic.
The decorations really set the tone as well, and the round tables I thought were good, and yeah, it was just a really good event. That's solid. Congratulations to all of you.
I was quite pleased.
So is in terms of thinking about it for next year, are you thinking that the fall, the timing is?
I think doing it that time of year was
That time
fine,
of
yeah.
year?
I think it worked out well.
Just before everybody gets really busy, and I think it worked out.
What's that?
Just before everybody gets really busy for the holiday, but after the summer when everybody wants all
I
the
think it's
time
better.
to
I think we've done
Yeah.
things in the summer before. I think it's better to do it in the fall or
Yeah.
spring when people are around.
starting to rest.
Do you think that it should stay exactly in the same venue, or
Depends on if we have
variety
others,
and
right? I mean,
locations, or
Yeah,
what?
I'd like to see it move around.
I would too, it's just
I would too.
available places with 100 people they can host, that's the only, but we could.
Yeah, we can start looking at spaces of where we'd like to
Yeah.
have it. Because now, that one was a particular case where Melissa and I talked to Shane and we wanted to showcase what he had.
Mhm.
But having the different places, it'd be nice to find something else that we want to show off
Mhm.
versus just having another place. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Someplace we can promote.
You see what I'm
while-
saying? Because that was a nice promotion for him.
it was excellent, and I think that could easily become one of the criteria for having it at a certain place, that we do want to
Promote places.
acquaint people with that particular business or venue or whatever it is, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start looking.
Any other comments on that? Okay, so we need a resolution to approve the financial assistance to the Cuba Business Park.
Yeah, when we had our public hearing on Monday night, there was two people in attendance. One was Lee James, the supervisor, and John, I don't have his last name in front of me, he's on the town board. And there was no negatives, it was all positive. They really were quite pleased that the whole process had happened, and so they're looking for the Cuba Business Park. And I did mention that there's at least one potential leasee that's talking quite seriously about moving in there over the winter break as well. We'll just have to see how that goes. But there are, once it's now in the hands of the Cuba Business Park owners, they're going to make a big deal of making sure that it's public, and they're getting somebody to help, a real estate agent, to try to help lease pieces of it too. He's already had contacts with people from Canada as well that are looking for places to do things down here.
And if we get our Christmas wish right, that potential client, tenant is about half the space.
Yeah.
Half the space?
Yeah.
Which is a lot of space,
A
right?
lot of
Yeah.
space, yes.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah, they're negotiating right now,
And
so
that
we'll
was my
see how that
question,
goes.
really, are we looking for multiples?
Oh, yeah, he's looking
Yeah.
for multiples. Between 20 and 40 jobs.
20, 40,
For that one?
For the
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, it could be more, but that's what they're telling up front. Yeah.
It's exciting. It's great.
And it is a manufacturer, so we'll see.
I think it's important to mention too that this all went really quickly. It wasn't like it was gonna sit there for 3 or 4 years. It really, is a good transition from the past to the present and the future, so.
Well, interesting that you say that, because that was one of the main comments.
And John, the town board member, that's what he
John said,
mentioned.
we really thought this was gonna be a problem for us for years to come, and we're so.
You know,
pleased
vacant property and
that it
or
happened so
whatever.
quickly.
Yeah.
So,
Once it starts to sit, it
Yeah.
sits.
it's, yeah.
So anyways, the resolution is ready to review them, so.
Okay, we have, yeah, it's the turquoise tab, everybody. Thanks for all the tabs, Barbara. Um, Thank you, yes, it is roll call. Are there any questions about the resolution? Please, Melissa, maybe you could explain just the basis of the resolution for the public and for us what the resolution is.
Actually, I would rather have Ed do that if Ed's still available, because
okay.
he would be much better at that.
Very true, very true.
Ed, do you mind?
This is legal stuff, yeah.
I don't mind doing it, but
Yeah, if you could just summarize, Ed, what the resolution, is about.
I'm sorry, you guys were breaking up, I was driving. Is the resolution related to the,
Cuba Business Park
Yeah,
project.
Yeah, just the gist of what we're enacting here.
for the business park?
Yes.
Right.
Oh,
I can read you the title here. Resolution authorizing the execution of documents in connection with a leaseback transaction for a project. for
okay,
Cuba
sorry.
Business Park. Sure. No, I don't, you're driving, I don't expect to have you take your eyes off the road.
Yeah, so this was in relation to the project, we're providing benefit, financial assistance through the use of a leaseback transaction where the developer is going to be leasing the property over to the IDA, so that way we have an interest in the property, which then allows us to be able to grant benefits, and then we lease it back to them, basically as the agent for the IDA to do the work. And I can't remember on this one if it's sales use and also
All three,
Yeah, sales tax and
and the mortgage tax.
potentially mortgage, they might mortgage it, yeah.
So all three benefits are being provided based upon a cost benefit analysis that was done by the IDA.
Okay.
And they're gonna be investing at least $1 million in the facility, if not more, so.
That's excellent, that's exciting.
What's
Really
the
is.
cost benefit analysis?
Making sure that how many jobs and everything else and what they're investing, yes.
they're worth us incentivizing.
So we're doing it for jobs as well as for the fact that they're gonna basically invest $1 million.
What about potential pilots?
And we have a pilot with them, yes, a 10-year pilot.
Do we have a 10-year?
That's what the agreement is, yes.
Do we have a number attached to it?
It should be in
Well,
there.
these are the numbers, I don't know if there's anything to look for.
Changes
It's
that.
on that last page, isn't it?
Second to last.
Very nice.
That's the value.
So, just basically, it's up to the chase, what's what does the town of Cuba get out of it for pilot? I know you're saying this is how much is,
Well, they still get taxes on the land, which I don't have that in front of me, but as far as the buildings, it'll be 10 years, 5 years of no taxes, and then 5 years of raising it back up to full taxes. So 10 years they'll get full taxes, and they get approximate, so if you're talking about what they're losing or what they're gaining.
what they're gaining, I guess, what's the value?
Well,
of
the
property?
payment in lieu of taxes is basically they don't pay property taxes on the buildings for 5 years.
On the total, so what's the value of the rest, what's the value?
Well, the value depends on what it's going to be assessed at. Right now, I believe it's assessed right about $5 million.
So the pilot would go off the assessment.
Right, yeah. And the assessed value will probably go down now, but I don't know. I can't tell you that. That's up to the assessor.
There's a number on here in this benefit analysis or description of benefits. And there's a typo in it somewhere because there's 2 decimal points, but $2 million, is that,
Over the 10-year period,
that's the sum of benefits over the 10-year period?
if they've been fully taxed, yeah, that's basically, so it's about, if you do the math, it's $200,000 per year. So, but it's not linear because over the last few years, they start paying taxes. So that's what it's going to cost as far as a pilot. And obviously, the loss of taxes is primarily about half of it's going to be the school district, about a third of it's probably the county, and about 10-15% is the town. In that neighborhood, I'm just guessing the numbers.
Town's in support of it,
Yes.
obviously, supervisor was
Yes, she's very supportive of it.
Right, I'm sure she just wants to make sure they get a good pilot out of it. 'Cause I guess I just learned a couple of weeks ago that there's no formula for a pilot, it's how you negotiate.
And we have a UTEP. We do the standard UTEP, which is basically the pilot is set based upon that. So it's the 5 years, no taxes, and then the next 5 years they ramp up the taxes. So in the 11th year they're paying full taxes. So
Right, I understand
if we
that.
negotiate anything differently, we have to bring it back to the board, and then a deviation has to go
Right,
out.
I know that, but it's just the initial value of the land.
The value of the land, that's something we don't deal with. The assessor has to
So
deal
it's
with that.
totally up to the assessor on the value of the land.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I think we are, did we make sense?
We need a
didn't- We need a motion,
motion.
yeah. Yeah, sorry, get lost in our shuffle here. We actually need a motion then to approve this, and I would entertain that.
Oh,
Thank you, John. John, second?
And do you do a roll call vote?
We are going
Yes.
to. We're just
Yes.
doing the,
It is a roll call vote.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right,
you're right. I'm
Doing the
sorry,
motions.
John?
Doug second.
Okay, Judy Hopkins voting yes, Randy Shaler,
Yes.
Richard Yule,
Yes.
Doug Frank,
Yeah.
John Ricky.
yes.
Okay, thank you, that is unanimous, and good luck to them, it'll be a great thing.
yeah, we'll keep you updated as how they're doing as far as leases and tenants as well, so.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're moving on to old business then, and the discussion of the ARC Power Grant.
I've sent everybody a copy. It was been submitted. We should know sometime in December if we made, I guess, some kind of a finalist list. And if we do find out something, I'll let you know, but we wouldn't obviously get the grant if we got it till March. And then we also are meeting with the Wilson Foundation to see about some other funds.
Tomorrow, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's such a good organization, done a lot for our.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, anything else on that? Okay, the Crossroads facility sales to the county. I think Tim probably has something to say about this.
We anticipate it'll be wrapped up by the end of the year, so we're looking at final numbers.
With a dirty rug.
With a dirty rug, yeah.
We're gonna bring that up again.
I cleaned his rug when I moved out of my house, so I was part of the deal.
Okay.
Tough board.
Yeah,
Okay, anything else on that? We're good?
Yeah, no, it's,
Okay, that's, it's a big change, big change. Okay, the Michael Enterprise Grant, what's happening with that?
It's, I talked to Mike, I don't have the numbers in front, I forgot to print them out, but basically, all of the grantees are moving along. We should be able to finish this by the end of the year when we're supposed to. PMAC is the only one we're not quite sure of yet. He finally did contact him.
Yeah,
So we've tried to contact him, Melissa's contacted him. We may be, oh, he has contacted Mike.
Oh, he did?
So by the next board meeting, we'll know for sure if that's gonna happen.
Oh, good. I didn't know
So,
that.
yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
So once we get that spent down, we'll be able to go out for another grant. So hopefully by next year, beginning of next year.
Did I understand correctly or not that, Melissa, you're working on some sort of a chart or something, a way to really kind of keep track of all of these people that we have awarded grants to through the years?
Yeah, so I'll have a report. I have about 3/4 of the way done, so hopefully in December. I was shooting for November, but there was no. We had a lot of other things come up, including some challenges with the website that broke. So I had to work with Southern Tier West to fix that, so I spent quite a bit of time fixing that. So hopefully December, I'll have the wrapped up and have contacted the last 5 or 6 businesses.
Yeah.
Yep, and have a really like a, kind of like you'll see with the solar, kind of like that, a one sheet, sort of telling you where people are at, what they're doing, whether they're expanding, whether they're in business.
Yeah, and I just think that's important when we helped with the initial grant and everything, and it'd be good to keep track of them, and there are people businesses that we want to see succeed in the county, so there may be other ways that we can involve them too. I mean, even inviting them to the annual event and things like that to keep in touch with people that work.
I agree. Yeah, I've actually personally visited maybe a half a dozen at this point in person and had meetings with them. And then the rest I've spoken to over the phone and had follow-ups with. I've let a lot of them know also about the LEC, just in having the conversations with them about wanting a piece of equipment, a new grain bin, or a, you know, some new press or something. So yeah, it's been really good.
Great,
Yeah.
great, thank you. Okay, the Allegheny County Strategic Plan for Economic Development.
I'm leaving this on the agenda because there was a meeting on Monday night that a lot of people in the county attended that Ashley ran, which basically talked about what she's be doing the next year. And also there was a presentation from, I don't know what the first guy was.
He was from
He was
a capital
statistics
investment
guy.
company of
Yeah.
some sort.
Went through the whole, you were there,
Yeah.
John. It was kind of high level. Yes.
Yeah,
And
quick.
interest rates and everything else.
Watching Cudlow.
Yeah, that was. Then there was a short thing by the banks, which talked about services and how they work with the community. Community Bank was there. And I thought the best one was Jim Helms talked about the hospital. He did a really good job. Because I think he doesn't get a forum like that to talk to county residents too often in a public hearing. So it went very, very well.
And he really did a good job placing them as a strategic economic
Right.
partner in the county, which was really well done.
And
Yeah, I think that's really important because they are really involved with all phases of economic development, housing, all of that. So, yeah,
Right.
important to.
And so I'll keep informed, and we're meeting regularly, Ashley and I, in a group about economic development, and we're also talking about how we can work on different projects, because there'll be some projects she works on, some projects we work on together, and some projects we don't work on together because the IDA does some other things. So we're working on it. It's working quite well. So
I'm really glad to hear that because, you know, communication is pretty important in terms of teamwork. So, yeah, great. Thank you. We'll look forward to updates on that.
Yes.
And Ed is now on screen.
Ed's real now.
Yeah. Welcome. You completed your drive successfully, whatever.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay, we can move along then the Gateway Center to the Western New York Wilds.
Is there any updates on any of the grants or how we're doing on the water or sewer? Do you know?
we've been waiting for the shutdown to end. We anticipate that Congressman Langworthy's $1.25 million will be released. Anticipating, assuming that this all moves forward, and it follows the same timeline as previously. Should be released sometime in February. We're still in the process of completing the IIJA requirements for the water tank, so that's moving along. So I think everything is still in process. We also have some other grants at the state level. We're looking at a $3+ million grant for housing that would take care of part of the proposed units next to the hotel, the site of the hotel on the Van Dyke property. That's about 400 units. So, and that should be coming out by the end of the year, hopefully at the end of this month. We would know what's happening there. And all of those pieces obviously, get put into the jigsaw box, and we have to pull the pieces out and put them together, but
Yeah.
we're working on that, so I
And they
think
won't all be completed at the same time.
yeah, I'm optimistic. Brooke said I'm overly optimistic, but I'm just optimistic. So.
That's good news. Good news. Okay. Clean energy projects.
Melissa has pulled together all of our projects and has a one-page summary of those in your packet. Because one thing we've been asked often times are what's the impact of what we've been doing on these solar projects? We'll keep that updated because right now that's the ones that are completed. We have a lot of projects that are either under construction or going to be starting, but those are the ones that are completed. So you want to go through quickly on that, Melissa?
Sure, hopefully I have successfully addressed all of your questions from last month's board meeting in such a way I laid it out so that you could easily either share this or put it up on the website or be able to have a quick answer to some of the kinds of questions that you were getting. So if you look from the very beginning, annual pilot payments are listed. This is about 9 of our projects, so 9 completed solar projects at $200,000+. This is, and just so you can sort of understand the way I put it together, the second line, pre-solar tax revenue. So one of the main arguments I think that we generally like to make, which is founded in truth, is without the tax incentives, those solar projects weren't coming to these properties. Without the tax incentives, you were taking ag land that had ag tax exemptions or just non-housed land, so just some kind of farmland, ag land, that type of tax revenue, and that comes up to about $45,000 a year.
So that's town, county, and school tax.
Correct.
Altogether.
Full taxes, yeah.
Okay.
And then that same amount, once we put the solar and give the money from the pilots to those entities in the same, percentage they were getting before, is now $201,000. I might actually shift this around a little. John stopped by before the meeting and we were looking at it. Because if you think about it, really the revenue back includes that last line too. So I'm not sure about the order I put in, because the host agreements for the municipalities also bring money back to the municipalities, and that's another $135,000. So just in the pilot payments alone, it's a 352% increase. But if you add that 135 for it, you're just at sort of astronomical kind of money that's been increased to both the municipality, the schools, all that. So that's what those
the
look like.
schools, excuse me, I'm sorry, the schools are included in the municipal?
No, so the municipal is just a municipality, that's why I have it as a separate line. The annual pilot gets split out. The municipal host agreement is just to the municipality.
Just to the town.
Yeah,
Might be interesting to have a line for the schools.
you can't really do that.
No,
because
that
the
gets too
different
complicated because every district is a
Oh,
different
And they all
percentage.
have different rates, so I can't really
Because
do that.
all we really want to report is the
Yeah.
pilot itself, is how much they're paying, and then how it gets distributed, and actually does change annually
Right.
based upon their tax rates.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
But I get it, like, I understand the request, so that's my point in putting this sort of 44,000 next to the 201, is that's the direct difference in the split between those 3 entities.
I'm confused, however, you indicate on the first line that the 201,000 is a 352% increase over what it used to be.
Right.
Without solar? Is
Right.
that, okay. And then below you say that the solar was 44,000, or the pre-solar was 44,000.
Right.
I don't think the math works.
Yeah, it maths, so if we take
It does math,
44,000 out of
okay.
201, you end up with about 150K left, right? And that's 352% more than 44K. You have to take that 44 out of the 201, because it doesn't include the increase, right? You just want the increase.
Right, I'm with you.
Yeah, and then you've got about 150K left, a little over that. That's the 352%. Does that make more sense now?
I understand.
So I did it as just the increase, not, so the 44 still stands. Other-
Well, good job on this sheet, this is nice.
Oh, thank you. So then the
Yeah.
second part, I just thought out of
That's good.
interest, 67.7 megawatts. I found that interesting because it's more than the entire county in average household consumption. 55,000 homes is what we've currently delivered, 67.7 megawatts. And then the smart land use, I think this was really important. Judy, you kind of had a hand up about this last month, is that and I've given you the sources just so that you see that very clearly from the New York State Comptroller's Office. New York State farmland is listed as 7 million plus acres. Allegheny County farmland is listed at just over 116,000. And Allegheny County prime farmland, which I got from the Allegheny County Soil and Water Conservation District, is listed at just under 34,000. So you can see in terms of our total solar, 463.89 for those projects that are closed and included is less than, and keep in mind that these are already percentages. So there's no math here. This is 0.0065% of all of New York's farmland. Now, in Allegheny County, we're at a little under 0.4%, so less than 0.5%. And then prime farmland, only 228.74 of those acres are what Allegheny County considers prime farmland, our solar projects, and that's just about 0.67.
Just a question on that. What constitutes prime farmland?
That's determined by AC Soil. I can show you the
Soil and water
I'm just
define
wondering,
that.
What does that mean? Is that the best land? Is that,
You know what's interesting? The
Scrubland.
note, the footnote on the report is it's the best prime land and the best locations, both currently active and if it were drained. So it actually includes wetland as well, if it's prime, but still not able to be used as farmland, which I thought you might find interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting because, I mean, those are the properties that should stay in agriculture, the prime lands.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I thought it would be interesting just to note that it's less than,
Less than
0.7%. Yeah, it's less than 0.7%
Yeah.
of all prime farmland in Allegheny County.
And
And used for those 67.7 megawatts.
this is really interesting and helpful. I just wondered if there's a way that we could publicize some of this information.
Yeah,
Well, there's two things. We'll put it on our website. We can obviously publish the information as well, but the other thing I've talked to Melissa about is getting a Facebook page so we can share some of this information. So between the three, those are the best ways to do it, I think.
So that's one of my next projects. But I've got to get you organized for your December report on small business first, and then but I'm joking. I actually plan to have the Facebook page organized in the
Right.
next month as well. So I'm hoping to have that ready as well by the next board meeting.
Well,
Other comments?
Go ahead.
tying into Melissa's report, I think I mentioned this to you when I was over sending checks one day. that There was an article in the Buffalo News on, it was entitled, Greenfield or Brownfield, where to put solar farms. And this article is a couple, 3 weeks old, and I was just hanging on to it till today. But it states in here that Genesee County has paused their solar and wind energy project. I just thought you'd be interested in that.
I'd like to see it.
Counties.
And the
Principally
reason
for the
is?
same concern that, some of the residents in Genesee County are concerned about, the use of prime farmland.
Right.
You could have that article.
That'd be great, thank you.
Does it talk about the number of solar farms up there? Because there are a lot.
No, it doesn't detail that.
I think that points to the importance of the board requesting this data, is just even to be able to say it's less than 1% of Allegheny County's prime farmland that we're putting solar on at this point. So.
Well, and the quote underneath the picture is a quote from Rob Goshen, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for somebody, that we work with landowners in the towns and villages to make sure that we're not building on something that is taking over prime soils.
power, it's being delivered now, or that's potential power?
That's what's being delivered.
That's what's being delivered, okay.
Tim, did you?
Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Question.
Yesterday, we had our hearing on raising the 2% sales tax, and one of the speakers was talking specifically about these projects and pilots and how we're losing farmland and other aspects of the program. I think this is a great one-sheeter to be able to put out to folks, and also wondering if it's something that the board may be able to use or distribute at its public hearing that's coming up on the budget on November 20th. Maybe a good way to get out there, because it does demonstrate that pilots aren't necessarily the big ogre in the room, and that there's value to doing this, and we could, there is a return on the benefit that was portrayed as being minimal to non-existent yesterday in the public hearing. So I think it would do well for the IDA to demonstrate what you all are doing in the sense of increasing revenues and taking care of things, and would also help the county from that standpoint. John, I don't know if you agree, disagree.
No,
Yeah.
they have it pretty good, yeah.
Well, what's interesting, and I heard the discussion, I didn't listen to it, but Tim was talking about it. Basically, the problem was a particular farmer had lost opportunity to lease land because the person was making more money leasing it to the solar company. That's the real issue, although it wasn't brought up in that context. Because they make $2,000 per acre to lease it. And most farmers will not pay you $2,000 per acre to lease land. You see what I'm saying? Because and I understand his concern, because he's lost the ability to lease some land, is what it came down to.
Interesting.
We didn't have all the other data that goes with it. He just basically was sitting.
Right.
Tim, is there any avenue that you would like us to send this to, or
I don't know whether it's
to get that word out?
sharing it.
We could do it at the committee
Yeah,
meeting.
we have a committee meeting next week.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
The
That
day
was
before
actually
the public
planned.
hearing.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
great.
timing is good, yeah.
Yeah, timing would be good for that.
Mhm.
And then also, I think if you were to look at doing a press release, because it should be fresh in everybody's mind from the standpoint of, the Wellsville Sun did a pretty good job of covering that yesterday, and highlighting this, and it might be a good
Counterpoint.
counterpoint
Yeah,
discussion.
we could do that.
And does the press still attend committee meetings?
They quit doing it. But they don't have to. It's broadcast.
Yeah, it's live.
Just like I warn you that there's nobody here, but people are potentially listening,
Right.
and they will put this in the paper.
And or they can watch it later.
I'm just saying, but they won't do it now, though. That's what I'm saying, because I've seen stuff published from the IDA meetings and they never contacted me. They just listened to the actual document.
And I don't know if Deb's gonna be at the meeting or not from the committee chair, but getting whoever's gonna hold it, make sure that you get on there for that.
Yeah, I'll make sure. Well, I'll make sure that we kind of change so we have a little time to do some reporting versus just the normal
That's next week, Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Yeah, we can put stuff on the board and talk about it. It'll be good.
This is great work. No, it shows that the value of the sun in Allegheny County is $1.2 million a year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you look at it, it's a very
And the
small.
sun's free.
Yeah, but only for 5 months a year we only get.
Now you get it every day.
At least a little.
It's very interesting because
This is great. I think what we should do though is, like, if we're gonna have documents like this, just to hand out from the
Right.
IDA, I think they should be approved by the board.
Sure.
This is great. I mean, I think everybody's probably gonna approve it. I love this. And you said you wanted to switch one of these numbers
Just to
around.
get it,
But I
well,
mean,
I was actually asking.
maybe going forward, if we're gonna have things to hand out,
Mhm.
we should just get board approval, you know?
I like that.
And if I could
And then like a revision date, you know, like I always like to have like.
I
okay,
Data.
can
how
put
old
the
is
date
this
in
now?
as of, the last, very last thing says as
Yeah,
of,
all
yeah.
right, well, then do that.
And one of the other comments that was made there, what are we doing to attract business and industry in Allegheny County? And
Yeah.
you all are doing yeoman's work and no one knows what you're doing. So it's a great opportunity. So that's something that comes out again in the P&D committees that, people listen to, or, you know.
Well, it's broadcast is what's nice about it, so.
Yeah, and if there are multiple functions that we're performing or multiple areas we're impacting, I'll get something out for each one of those. Maybe in a format.
Yeah, I can try to do the same type of setup for the micro enterprise next month, is that what you're, yeah,
And then when we have our annual event, this would be,
all the
Yeah.
things on
you know,
display.
updated.
We'll have it updated by then,
Yeah.
because
That'd
it
be
could be
awesome.
twice that much
And
almost.
I like the subtitle too, empowering Allegheny County with sustainable energy and long-term prosperity. Nice.
So you'll have to educate me, because I'm still a new kid. Do we have the ability to have the board approve this today to use for the legislature next
Yeah.
week? Still, even though we didn't plan to?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
With the proposed changes that you're.
Yeah.
Well, there's not-
Everybody wants.
The numbers weren't gonna change, and in retrospect, I don't know, I actually was looking for the board's opinion on that fourth number, because while it's separate, maybe it stays separate, only because the pilot money gets split out, and that host agreement doesn't. And to your point, Judy, I can't quantify how much of the pilot money goes to the municipality easily, so they really can remain, I take it back.
I'd like to-
Take it back.
I'd like
It's
to-
another 3 times what the old taxes were.
I know, I'd like to see that pre-solar tax revenue at the top,
Okay,
you know, and say,
Just
okay,
split
this is
those
what we
two.
used to get,
Yeah.
this is what we
Yeah.
get now,
I like
Yeah,
that,
you know?
okay,
yeah, I would say.
I can do that, that's easy. I like
And,
that.
you know, is there a way in the, fourth I can't say it, sorry, municipal, line that you could just mention that, assorted school districts, you know, receive blah, 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 blah?
Tell me, so that's not the municipal host agreement, school districts don't get any of that.
Okay,
They get the money from the pilot based on the same percentage of revenue in each different district or, village or town that they would get
Yeah.
based on.
I think just a statement like that.
Okay,
So
Oh,
that
I see what you mean.
it's, we can't quantify it, but we want people to know.
I see what you're saying, so in that first line, I would basically say monies are, which will be the second line, to Rich's point, monies are split between the
Town, county, school.
town and
That's a
county
good
school,
idea.
that's what we'll put, right?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I put split appropriately.
Yeah.
How about that?
So we're making some changes. Do you all want to wait to approve this until we see the final? And we can do that by
Email,
by email.
yeah, I can have that out to you by tomorrow. No problem.
We can wait till Monday.
Okay.
Is there a cut for the IDA in this? Too, because people always ask that.
Yeah, like, should we put our fees in here
Is that-
to be
is that
used
what
for
we're doing?
economic development? Or are you,
We can,
It's up to you.
it's up to all of you.
I don't know, I mean.
Is that, how significant would that be?
It's 1% of all projects, 1% of the capital investment of all projects.
It's a big number.
It's a big number.
It would be a big
Yeah,
number,
it's a big
yeah.
number.
Big numbers are good.
And if I could, which you in turn use to reinvest to bring new businesses back. And that
Exactly.
point needs to
Yeah,
be.
which that's the point, that's the message.
But I mean, I don't think we've
That should be our-
reinvested
that should
much
be
so
our
far
byline
to
on
bring
everything
anything
that goes
back,
out.
have we?
Yeah.
We just have big fat bank accounts right now, honestly. I
We're
mean,
working on it.
Right, we are working on it, you're right. You're right.
Oh, Tim.
Okay, so I think the plan is Melissa's gonna make the changes, send them out to us, and we will give our approval, our nod of approval, by email.
Perfect.
You can
So I'll have that to
have
you
it
by
ready for
Monday,
next week.
and if we want to put it in the agenda for the legislative meeting on Wednesday, we'll need approval by close of business Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
If you get this out by tomorrow, we'll get it back to you on Monday,
I can do that.
or whatever,
I can guarantee you I can do that.
I'm sure. Okay, I think we have discussed solar, pretty well here. So let's move on, to the GLC, the Cuba Business Park. We kind of did have some.
We've already done that
Yeah.
pretty much, so, but I just leave it on the agenda so we don't miss it.
What's the deal on that second part that hasn't been changed, the tower?
It'll be the same kind of process. They'll want to transfer it because they'll want to get the donation.
So that'll be a separate chunk?
Separate chunk, yeah.
Okay.
It'll probably be, it's going to take at least 6 months to clean that up.
So yeah, it is owned today by Cuba Cheese.
Great Lake Cheese. Yeah.
Great Lakes Cheese.
Yeah.
I mean,
still-
will that facility be demolished? I mean, what is it gonna be the future?
I haven't
don't know.
actually seen it. I know they're gonna take all the sludge out. They potentially could use some of the ponds for, fire protection. So there's some potential use for some of it, but I don't know if they're taking the facility down itself. I can't tell you that. I've not seen the plan. The biggest part of the plan is taking all the sludge out.
Are there other buildings, like big buildings, or just like smaller control type buildings?
Just control buildings. There's nothing else that's on that land. It's
What
just,
about that Wade building?
that was part of the transfer.
That was part of the provisional and the, incinerator?
Yeah,
I
which
can't
is
believe
useful.
Anybody would want an old sewer plant. Like, why would you want that if they're not gonna, if Great Lakes isn't gonna demolish it for you? It's not EPA compliant.
Yeah, I don't know that. I'll have to tell you if they're demolishing the actual facility. I do not know. I have not seen the plan.
But this new developer has agreed to buy it.
No,
Or
not
to
to take it, because basically they could use the detention ponds. They could use some of the actual, not the facility itself, but the detention ponds could be useful to them.
Did Lee James weigh in on like, do they want these old rotten buildings falling in on themselves? Because they're never gonna do anything with them? Or,
I don't know what you're talking about.
well, like the control buildings and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
I'll follow up to make sure I know what's being done, and then we can talk about it.
Just curious, yeah. It's up to really the towns. I mean, really, if the town supports it, we
Right.
support it.
Right.
Sure she's thought of that.
Okay. The EPA brownfield grant.
Well, I just got an EPA message that they're up and operational, because they weren't doing anything,
Right,
because
for a moment.
although we have 4 projects approved to do phase 1, and we've had a couple more, but they basically said they're offline about a month ago, I think it was.
6 weeks total, right, the whole time? Well, no, they
No,
didn't go
no,
offline for
no.
2 weeks,
It was
you're
about
right.
4
She
weeks.
was out for 4 weeks, that's correct.
So we will set a public hearing-ish, it's not a hearing, but a public information session sometime in December. We'll let you know by the next board meeting which date we're
Yeah, we're
gonna do
required
that.
to have a community involvement meeting, so that'll be coming up soon.
Is there enough money left to do more projects if you?
Oh, yeah, we have enough to at least to do 15 projects. Yeah.
That's great.
And actually, interestingly, we just took one out of the 4, so right now we have 3.
All right,
Because Livonia Avon Railroad sold their Castle Gardens property.
Right.
Everyone was not interested.
Right.
In participating, so we'll move on to a new one. We're looking at a few properties in Millsville, actually, to add.
so moving along, we're
Okay,
doing well.
moving along, new business.
I've got nothing.
We have a service agreement here that needs to be signed.
No, next board meeting.
Oh, okay, it's-
Just information.
That was just for information, yeah.
okay. Okay, good. Okay, then, anything for the good of the order? If not, we'll take a motion for adjournment.
I'll move.
Thank you, John. Second by Rich. Thank you. Okay. All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Yeah. Is Oakley out there?
Yeah, he's out there. We need to do the LDC meeting first, though. I asked him to come in. He was fine. He was working on his phone.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, the laptop out.
Oh, he's on.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're not off. We're still on LDC.
Okay,
IDA is done. If you want to stay for the LDC, you're more than
No,
welcome.
but I wanted to just talk to you about.
Okay,
You were off.
no,
Does the LDC have to be a public meeting?
yes.
Okay.
did you wanna
Do you want to take a break?
talk to him?
You want to take a quick break?
Talk to the whole group.
Oh,
Oh,
We're gonna go to executive session, so.
there you go. We can go do that.
okay, part of the LDC?
Yeah.
Okay, Okay, let's call that meeting to order then, and, we will approve the minutes of October 9th. Any questions about that, or if not, please make a motion to accept.
So
Thank you, Randy. Second by John.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. And the next order of business is an executive session just to discuss a contractual legal issue.
I'll make a motion to go into that
Thank you.
session.
Okay, move second by John, moved by Rich, all in favor? Aye. We are in executive session. Thank you.
Okay, we're out.
Okay,
Second.
thank you. Second. We're out. Okay. So, we have a little bit of business to take care of.
There's no treasurer's report because we have no money. And review of policies. I had Ed start to review our policies from the IDA and to make sure we have the similar policies to the LDC because we need similar, if not the same policies. Do you have any comment on those policies I sent to the board? Ed,
No,
are they basically the same as the IDA?
they're identical.
Identical.
The idea.
But we have to officially approve them. So it's up to the board if they want to approve them to now, this meeting or the next meeting. So we already have those
Yeah, I think
existing.
people want to do it now.
Well, that's why I said if they're already
Do you
in
wanna make a
existence.
I'll make a motion to approve.
To approve all three?
Yeah.
In one motion? Can
Yeah.
we do that?
Yeah, I would, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, you can do that.
all right.
Okay, you're seconding?
Yep.
Okay. All right, the motion's been made and seconded to approve
Did the minutes already.
the three policies for the local development corporation. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So we'll add those to the website and then we've got a few more to review and get forward to the next meeting we have, okay?
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay,
That's all I have.
anything else? Okay, anything good in the order? No? Move we adjourn?
Do you have anything else, Ed?
Oh, sorry.
ask.
Just to add that the LDC did get their tax exemption.
Ah, yes, I sent it out to the board, so.
Did you? Yeah.
Yep, so the next step now is just get the New York State, so there will be a couple forms for you all to sign, well, Craig and the chair to sign, but otherwise, so that process usually takes about a couple weeks to get the state stuff back, but that's it. We should be good.
Okay,
Thank you.
Good, thank you very much.
Yep.
Okay, we're set to adjourn then for the LDC. All those?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
I'll second.
All in favor, aye.
The LDC is covered under the IDA's directors and officers policy now.
all right, I know
I'll
you
let
took
you-
care of that then.